Welcome back to Ask Abundance. Today I'm joined by Kim Wheeler-Poitevien. Kim's going to be doing one-on-ones with Abundance just like she has for years and years. So if you're interested, go ahead and hit the link in the bio. Here's today's question. I've been in private practice for a few years and I'm consistently full, but my fees haven't really changed since I started. I know I need to raise them to keep this sustainable, but I'm scared that doing so will upset the referral sources that have helped get me here, or make them stop sending people my way altogether. I don't want to burn bridges or look ungrateful, especially with colleagues and agencies I genuinely respect. How do I raise my fees in a way that protects those relationships and doesn't blow up my referral pipeline? Woo! So, by Kim's face, I know she has the answers too. Before we get into it, I would love to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. I've talked about TherapyNotes for years and know their features by heart, but here's what truly sets them apart. First, they genuinely care about your experience. It's not just about troubleshooting. They actively implement user-suggested features like therapy search, secure messaging, and their AI Notes feature Therapy Fuel. Everyone at TherapyNotes believes in the product and they want you to love it too. Plus, they're independently owned, which means no venture capital and no pressure to prioritize investors over their customers. This independence allows them to keep prices fair, focus on innovation, and prioritize customer experience. With over 100,000 therapists already on board, they've proven that you don't have to compromise success for quality. If you're ready to see for yourself, try Therapy Notes free for 2 months with the code ABUNDANT at therapynotes.com. All right, Kim, let's get into it.
Okay. Heavy question. Um, so I would say the first thing is that not all people are going to understand that rates are going to go up because price everywhere has gone up.
Mhm,
So that's the first thing is that you have to acknowledge with yourself that you need to raise your rate
mhm.
and get comfortable with it. And the one thing that I talk to each person that I meet with on the call is to get comfortable with what your rate is, even if you're like looking in a mirror and you're saying what it is, that you know that that's what your rate is,
Hmm.
and to say it. And that way that you're not guessing at what it is, that you just know exactly that this is what it is. And my favorite saying is water is wet, the sky is blue, and this is what my rate is. So that you know that this is what the truth is. And that you can start initially with new clients with this is what your rate is and get comfortable with charging them that. And that way that once you start having these referrals that are coming in from other places, that they're also going to see what your actual rates are.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of times they're going to expect that the rate is going to go up. Or if you are meeting in regularly with these referral sources, I always recommend to check in with them on a regular basis, whether it's quarterly or every 6 months or so. And you're touching base with them anyway. So you're saying, hey, I just want to give you an FYI that I'm moving off of this particular insurance panel. Or just to let you know, this is what my range still is. And as long as you're transparent about that, they'll be really clear about who they're going to refer you to. It's
Mhm.
really more so us as a clinician and as a business owner that gets really caught up in, is anyone going to refer to me? Some people are and some people aren't. You may price some people out. And then other people are going to say, okay, well, maybe this particular person can't afford you, but I know someone else
Mhm.
that will be able to afford you.
Yeah, yeah. And this person doesn't mention insurance, so that always makes me think they might be private pay already.
Yeah.
And if you're already private pay, a fee raise is less unexpected, right? Like I
Mhm.
think with insurance, we end up being like, oh, I'll take what I can get, kind of a mentality
100.
around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think too, this smacks of the fear that so many of us feel when we're about to raise our rates of like, everybody's gonna hate me for this.
Yeah. Absolutely. That you're totally terrified that they're going to say, oh my goodness, like I can't work with you anymore. Or there's a bigger thing of, well, why do you think you deserve that increase? Like, have I done the work for it? You know how everything is. And the reality is that that's what your rate is, and that you don't necessarily always have to, like, each person has their different thing about how they do with their own practice. Some people increase everyone's rate. Everyone, they can say, okay, starting on January 1 or March 1st, everyone's rate is going up to this. Some people just do it for new clients, or some people have a conversation with each of their individual clients to have that, to see whether or not they can afford it. And
Hmm.
so it really comes down to what your values are, how you run your practice, and really what aligns with you. There isn't like one black and white way of running your business. And so if
Hmm.
something doesn't speak to you and you don't feel comfortable jumping a person up and you're like, okay, well, they have a hard time even paying my current rate because it declines or whatever, then maybe that particular client needs to have a conversation with you and you all discuss that. And that might not be a person who is a candidate for that fee increase, but maybe your new people are, maybe someone else is.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty. It's your business. You
Yeah,
can do what you want. If you
yeah,
love working with a client, you know, and I think, wait, before I say you know, because we feel like we know what our
mhm,
clients can afford all the time. Let's say you work with a client you love working with. You tell them your fee increase. They let
mhm.
you know it's not possible for them.
Yeah,
At that point, you can keep them exactly where they're at.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I think that there's this fear that we get into this because we don't do it for the money. But it also really real about the fact that do you want your therapist coming in just as stressed out and broken as you
Hmm.
because they can't pay their bills? Because financial insecurity is a huge factor in mental health issues. And so
Hmm.
if we can't really take care of ourselves, how are we actually going to take care of the people that we need?
Yeah. I saw an article and I wish I'd saved it, but I saw an article that showed that therapists who were financially insecure were more likely to kind of like see their clients as dollar signs
Mm-hmm.
than the therapists who were charging more and felt more secure financially.
Absolutely.
Which is funny because that's what gets hurled at private pay therapists all the time is like you're only in it for the money or like you just see your clients as dollar signs when,
Yeah.
yeah, it's less likely to happen when
Yeah.
you're taking care of yourself financially.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that worst case scenario, let's say one of your referral sources is like, you know, Kim, I really appreciated you and I liked referring to you before, but you raising your rates so much. I don't know. I don't really feel so comfortable referring to you anymore.
I always have this saying that you aren't for everyone and everyone isn't for you.
Hmm.
And that there's some times that I really worried about that, especially when I first opened my practice, that I was pricing people out. But I still get a call, maybe sporadically, from that particular person or that particular agency because this is what my specialty is. This is what my niche is. And they've gone everywhere else. And then they're like, you know what? We circle back and this they want you. Or they figured out that this is the best place for them to go. And
Yeah.
so we'll make it work. And then from there, you again have a conversation about rate. You have a conversation about, okay, could I afford to have this person in a reduced rate? If that's fits within if you can do that within your budget. And then you get to kind of a point where um, I now, like if I know that I'm going to take this person in, that I know that they can't afford my actual rate, I just ask them, how much can you pay? Because
Hmm.
that way I'm comfortable now because I know what my rate is. I know I charge everyone else full fee. Well, how much can you afford? And that
Hmm.
way I don't have this thing of like, I need this person in here and I need to calculate it. It's just like, well, how much can you afford? And that way that we can actually do the work and that they can be financially comfortable and we can just do what we need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, like, while I have stopped getting referrals from certain referral sources, probably because my fee went up,
Mm-hmm.
I've never had anybody talk trash to me about it, right? Like they just kind of quietly stop referring and maybe
Absolutely.
they judge you silently and that's fine. But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and you really can't control that. And
right.
that I mean, and if we're kind of looking at the whatever we're going to see on the content that's created about, I believe therapists should be charging this amount or whatever the hot takes are. Okay,
Hmm.
that's I mean, okay, that's
Hmm.
fine. Just like they could probably cringe about whatever it is that we're saying too, and that they don't agree with it, and that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing. Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kim. And y'all, we're going to have a worksheet that relates to this conversation that you can access on social by using the word sheets. And it'll also be in the show notes for you to click. If you have questions for Ask Allison, get in touch.